two teams on the outside of the playoff picture played an epic game last week with the Rush coming out on top of the Riptide. Both teams badly need a win to try to get above the cut line as they battle again tonight in New York. It's the penultimate home game in the regular season for the Riptide as they welcome a team who is making its first trip to Long Island since 2019 from the Nassau Veterans Memorial Coliseum. Tonight's matchup completes a home-and-home between the Saskatchewan Rush and the New York Riptide. The updated standings in the March to May. These are must-win games down the stretch with both New York and Saskatchewan on the outside looking in, but narrowly just out of a top 8 of a playoff spot. Both Panther City and Calgary won in overtime last night. High atop Nassau Coliseum, welcome inside the booth with former Cornell standout NLL champ Mitch Belisle. I'm Dave Leno. Grant Delvecchio will join us shortly. Mitch, 4 games remain in the regular season for the Riptide, 6 for the Rush. This is go time to rack up wins towards the postseason.
Yeah, this is a huge portion of the season for both these teams and very different for each of them. With 6 games remaining for the Rush, they've got 3 in the next 6 days, but the Riptide need to win tonight, sitting on 6 wins so far.
I know you're right on it, partner. The Rush are a half a game out of a playoff spot. They excelled in transition in the last game in which they won 17-15 over the Riptide. Jake Boudreau excelled in transition, was a nightmare for the Riptide.
You have one of those rare situations where you play the same team twice in a row, so they know this is coming. This is a Rush team that was built from the back end to stop the ball and then push the pace, and push the pace they did last week. Notching 8 in transition, that's something the Riptide are gonna have to key in on. But it was an offensive juggernaut for both teams. Messenger getting in on the action.
Well, the other side, Mitch, Jeff Teat and Larson Sundowne continued their consistent play from last weekend, looking to replicate that tonight.
This first quarter was matching goal for goal. Jeff Teat stepping up every time the Riptide needed one, and then Larson Sundowne continued his torrid pace, notching 4 goals to put him at 10 in just the last 2 games.
Yeah, he has 10 goals and 3 assists in the last 2. Let's go downstairs to Grant with Larson.
Larson, you guys scored 15 goals against this team last week. How can you replicate that success here tonight?
We just move the ball and obviously move our feet as well. You know, like I said before, it's all about us, and you know, obviously we just focus on the things that we can control as an offense. I think we'll be in a pretty good position by the second half.
Appreciate the time, Larson. Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
Here are the starting goaltenders tonight, beginning with New York's Cam Dunkerley, originally a draft pick by the Rush in 2019. He only had 26 saves last weekend, but was really strong in the last home outing and win over Vegas. The club looks to replicate that tonight. To the other cage, Frank Scigliano with his first year with the Rush. 12th NLL season, notched 40 saves last weekend against New York. In the third quarter in particular, he helped the Riptide to just 1 goal and eyes another reputable performance here on the road. At the dot tonight, it will be Jay Thornburg, the league's all-time leading scorer, against Mike Messenger. Thornburg in the Riptide control with the ball team with New York in blue, Saskatchewan in green and white, and we're underway from the Coliseum, part of Week 17 across the National Lacrosse League. This is a home-and-home. Saskatchewan won, as mentioned, at the Open by 2-17-15, and looking to win 3 of the last 4. The Riptide have dropped 4 of the last 5. Over to Teat right away. That whistle's a little bit high of Scigliano's cage, and right back to the Rush.
It'll be interesting to see how the goalies perform early in this one. It took until the 4th minute of the game for either goalie to make a save. 6 goals were on the board before saves started getting made as the offenses came out firing in Saskatoon last week.
Yeah, spot on, Mitch. 4 goals in a span of about 1 minute and 40 seconds in that game. Good split dodge here for the Rush. It is Church, the team's all-time leading scorer, amid a bevy of players who left. Good behind-the-back pass, and a good stand for the Riptide with the shot clock violation.
Yeah, great pressure by the Riptide defense on number 17. He is a dynamic dodger. Even as a grizzled vet, he can still move and shake and get his hands free. So they're going to give him absolutely no space to get his hands free tonight.
Ranjan and Madronic are scratches for the Riptide tonight. Whistling in here, and it's an early goal for the Riptide diving in. What a start here for Taggart Clark. It is his second consecutive goal in a span of 2 weeks and his first at home for the Riptide.
Welcome to Long Island. Taggart Clark dancing through the middle. He goes right off the back of a rush defender, takes his time, waits out Chiliano, and then places that in the far side. We talked to Coach Crosby this week. He just reiterated, this is a first-round pick player. There's a reason he was drafted in the first round, and he's showing it now, already making his presence felt after that deal that saw him come over to the Riptide from Philadelphia.
Yeah, that deal, Mitch, was on March 12th, just before the deadline. Swapping picks with Philly in 24 and 25. As mentioned, the home debut, just game 2 for Taggart. 23rd overall pick by the Wings in 2022. Came in with 7 goals in 7 games with Paul Day's team. All right, so it's 1-0 Riptide, scoring a minute and 20 in one of the most prolific offenses across the league. If you haven't seen the New York Riptide this year, but again, they are 6-8 on a 1-game losing skid. Shot again a little bit wide that time from Matisse. New father, congratulations to Kyle. Shot coming up here for the outside, derailed yet again. That's a nice block by Adam J. One of the focal points, Mitch, on a retooled defensive side for Jimmy Quinlan's team.
Yeah, talking to Coach Quinlan this week, he talked about how similar they went out and intentionally built this team to those great rush teams spanning back to their Edmonton days of 2012 through 2018, where they won 3 NLL championships. So they are looking to stop the ball first, but then get up and out quickly. And they were able to do that in droves last week against the Riptide.
And Patrick Dodds was the target man there. 2022 Rookie of the Year runner-up that went to the Riptide's Jeff Teague. It is dumped in here by New York. In the special jerseys, I should mention, for the Riptide, honoring and trying to raise support of cystic fibrosis and that battle of that horrible disease, chronic condition that affects both the lungs and the digestive system. Grant will have a report more on that, the Boomer Esiason Foundation, a little bit later. But we're always thinking of Boomer's son, Gunnar, and everybody battling cystic fibrosis tonight. Those jerseys will be up for auction on NewYorkRiptide.com after the game. Church tried to feed that inside to Ryan Keenan, is the GM's son, Derek, who is on the bench. Back on the right side, Church, good split dodge there. That went a little bit wide as well. Goes over the halfway line, will be a turnover. Chance here for the Riptide, 1v2, rang off the pipe there from Brownell, and it will not count. Narrowly missed there, Mitch, for New York from Brownell.
And off the pipe, off Chiliano, and then just wide. That very similar shot by Jeff Teat last week went in. It went off the pipe, off Chiliano's back and rolled in, so just wide there for Brownell, who tried to scoop it in on the rebound, but was unsuccessful.
There's the shot from Zach Mans. That's exactly the player, Mitch, that I want to key in on for Zach Mans, coming from Toronto in that big deal with Mark Matthews. As Mitch documented, a host of players are gone from this Rush team. Not just Matthews, Rubish to San Diego, Dilks to Vancouver, Matt Beers as well with the Dobbs trade. It's a totally different team, as Mitch said, trying to rekindle that magic. When they last made the playoffs in 2019, it's been a hard going there up north.
Yeah, out with the old and in with the new. They brought a lot of young pieces that they think they can build around for years to come. They had some crafty veterans, but they look to get some youth on that back end.
Comes the bouncer there. Good save with a kick to his left. Nicely done there by Chiliano. Last year was Alex Bouquet, was an original netminder for New York before that shoot, going back to the Evan Kirk days. Kirk is actually the goaltending coach for the Rush as well. That does not go in for the Rush from the outside. It's 1-0 Riptide. If you're just joining us, Taggart Clark with the early goal. Dave Leno, Mitch Boyle, Grant Del Vecchio, and our entire crew from the Coliseum. Here's Teague, who leads the league in goals, now third in the points after Byrne and Dane Smith had 7 points each for Buffalo. It's an illegal hit there on the Rush, Mitch, and we'll stay on this end.
And one thing to watch here, Dave, the Rush are putting a ton of pressure on the Riptide as soon as they cross over that midline. It's resulted in 2 turnovers. That one they gave back based on that illegal pick.
Skip it across there. Taggart Clark couldn't handle that. Beautiful defensive work there for the Rush in Barnable on that side in front of his own bench for Quinlan's team. 5 minutes gone by here. Here come the Rush yet again. Good feed from Church inside of the bouncer. That's just missing a little bit wide of the cage there of Dunkerley. Get a former pick, 42nd overall in 2019 for Saskatchewan. Deacon in possession out of Jacksonville Lacrosse. Pick a couple of years ago. We'll give it up, and he's going to actually stay on offense here, Mitch, with O'Connor.
Yeah, he looked at the clock. He realized by the time he got to the bench, it was going to be down to 10, 12 seconds. So he'll stay and play and really just go and set those picks. Try to let the other forwards do the dirty work on the offense.
There's Keogh on the far outside. A good feed inside for O'Connor. That was blocked and down. Nice play there by the Rush.
Mike Triolo playing a little defense, putting his body on the line there.
No surprise from Triolo. 6'8", 229 for the Thetford lacrosse star. But the Riptide are up 1-0 thanks to the goal from Taggart Clark, his debut at home for New York. Just getting this underway from the Coliseum. The March to May is brought to you by NLLshop.com, a Fanatics experience. Officially licensed everything. Back at the Coliseum, Dave Leno, Mitch Boyle, Grant Del Vecchio, and our entire crew. 1-0 Riptide over the Rush. Taggart Clark with the goal a minute and 20 in. And already I'm seeing, Mitch, the physicality blossoming for New York from the outset.
Yeah, they're getting pushed right as soon as they cross that midline. They're going to have to return the favor. They got some big bodies that like to move, and there is a goal for Kazevnikov.
From the outside, Nathaniel Kazevnikov played his WLA ball at Langley with his 10th goal of the year, and that's the equalizer. We're level at 1.
And nothing fancy there. They just got to the inside, kind of didn't feel any pressure on Kazevnikov. He stepped in and said, all right, you're going to give me all that kind of space, and I'll put it right where I want to. Puts that over Dunkerley's right shoulder.
His first year with the Rush, Mitch. Last year with Buffalo for Kazevnikov. He's now scored in 3 consecutive games. Beating Dunkerley there for the outside. CL Dunks cleans up on those outside shots from Saskatchewan. Coming in at 5 and 6. Again, a half a game out of a playoff spot for the Rush. I know a lot of Rush fans watching will be eyeing that and what Rochester will do. Playing Colorado tonight at 9 Eastern. The Nighthawks have won 3 consecutive games, twice against Albany and once against Panther City. Sundown is documented as in a good 2 weeks. Teed, good unselfish feed. Oh, what a stop by Chiliano there. Good play by Chiliano with O'Connor trying to cash in.
Yeah, that was a great look, but just O'Connor being on his wrong side, didn't have the ability to bring his stick to the far side there as Church rings one off the pipe. That shook the iron.
Also, Marinier was in his way, who paces the Riptide with 19 blocks. Jones has 20 caused turnovers, a sensational rookie season for Callum Jones. 3rd overall pick for the Riptide. Dodds dishes this inside behind the back, and Dunkerley was not fooled there by the dangerous Ryan Keenan, whose father is on the bench helping out as an offensive coordinator when they decided to depart from Bruce Alexander. Also, Keenan, his father, a great player in his own right, general manager of this team. Jimmy Quinlan, again, is the head coach for the Rush. Here's Connor Kiernan. Up top here to Sundown for the outside. There's a goal. And the go-ahead one at that for Larson. Sundown. Compliments of Connor Kiernan. It's a 2-1 game.
Nearly identical to Sundown's first goal last weekend. He posts up in that middle spot and says, okay, Kazevnikov, I see what you can do from the top center. I'll do the same, and puts it right under Chiliano's glove. Larson exploring the range these days. He is feeling it. Known for his dunks from behind the net. Getting a little bit of the outside action tonight.
That's now 11 goals and 3 assists now in the last 3. That includes tonight's. Had 4 goals against the Rush last week. Had the 6 that we called against Vegas. What Larson's done when he came in just a hair above 20 goals and has just been steamrolling Mitch over the last 3. Riptide maintain the offensive possession with Jeff T. Try to get topside, but the cross-floor pass to the opposite side. Out for Matisse. It's skipping around, but the bouncer a little bit wide there for O'Connor, who's 0 for 2 tonight. Scooped up by Clark. Illegal hit there on the Rush. It will stay on this end. The illegal hit was on Jay.
And that was a little set piece that they had drawn up. That was a nice little curl. I thought that hit the edge of the pipe, but either way, they get the reset off of the illegal check. Gets to go to work again.
Riptide finding the corners of the crease more effectively on them. Seeing Mitch from the outset, just 7.5 minutes in compared to last week. Early, Matisse disrupted there nicely by Barnable. Over to Teat yet again, 1v1. Teat, you see the double in the shadow there by Barnable. Almost skipped in there by O'Connor. Shiliano Mitch did just enough there to get that. Came in a massive trade with San Diego, and he's been much needed to try to shore up the goaltending for the Rush. Meanwhile, there's a chance here. That rings off iron yet again on this right-hand side. Triolo staying out there in a 2-1 game. It Seals here inside, back over to Triolo. Over on the left-hand side, big hit there by Edwards and Jones. Chance here in transition for the Riptide. And a 2v1. Likely going to get their offensive players out there. Wise veteran move by Brownell.
Yeah, it's smart play. He tried to keep Church on to make him play some D, but the Rush had enough support that Robert Church was able to head back to the bench and get the D-men on.
Sundown that time, swimming topside, scooped up by Smith. Going to come out here for Holden Garland, who also played his college lacrosse at Canisius. Isaac Nju is going to come out as well for another offensive player here for the Rush on this left-hand side with Mans. Watch the movement. Kozevnikov is setting those Seals on the inside. Dodds across to the left side. Blazing past one in LaFontaine, who won a couple of titles with the Rush as well. One with Edmonton, scooped in by Dodds with the clock dwindling down. Back to New York. What do you think defensively for the Riptide so far?
I mean, they're putting a ton of pressure on all of the Rush players all over the floor, and they're not letting them get those speed cuts down the backside. That was really the Achilles heel. Other than the transition, it was when the Rush were able to sprint down the backside and find that cutter on the backside, where they had a ton of success 5-on-5 last week. So really focusing off ball for the New York Riptide defense is working well.
I think we're going to get a delay of game call here against New York. I know Jimmy Quinlan was up on his bench. Here's Chris Williams. So the legal substitution called against New York. See Williams, Grenier, Furman, and Mark Hines. The shot clock operator. To the dismay of Dan Lannister, to your left is the head coach for New York. The Rush will go on the power play man up.
So I missed that. If you see the arena, you'll see a orange box. You're allowed to have it. You're allowed to send a player out as soon as you have a player in the orange box. So it's not like they have to be all the way in the bench, but sometimes if they go just a step early, that's where you can get that.
So the Rush, 10th man up, Mitch. It is Keenan at the top, it scores. There's a power play goal. And it's a 2-2 game.
And that's the second goal for Sask, where they've been able to just get a great look top center, and they feel like they have a good look from there, because that's 2 for 2 now when they've gotten that open shot up top, where they've been able to beat Dunkerley over that right shoulder.
Yeah, it's a good call and observation, Mitch. 2 from the outside. Over Marinier that time for one of the best in Ryan Keenan. Has won tonight, give him 22 on the season, 58 points on the year, and it's a 2-2 game now. So now they're going to send Bobby Kidd at the top, and we'll see Kidd tonight along with Messenger against Thornburg. Kidd wins the draw to Smith in a 2-2 game still in the first quarter of play here from the Coliseum. Again, the first trip since 2019. It's the first year we were doing the Riptide when Sask comes here to Long Island. Church comes inside, really hard to believe. Triolo with a split dodge over to his left. That was given up, though, nicely, but a good extra effort by Keenan inside. He lost it, though, in stride, and back to the Riptide from left to right.
Nice job of Noseworthy on the big fella there. Noseworthy, no slouch himself. He's a big body as well, standing at 6'4", so they're going to look to him to try to dislodge that ball from 29 stick.
13 blocks for Noseworthy this year, Mitch. Sundown gives it up, over to Teat, circling around on Barnable. Chance at the doorstep, spinning, and another goal for New York. The Riptide get another. It's Taggart Clark, give them 2 tonight.
One area the Riptide struggled with, not just this year, but last year, was that supplementary scoring from the right-hand side. Kiernan was the key guy that was putting in all the goals. They needed help there. Kyle Matisse came in this year, has been able to contribute. And now, in the last 2 weeks, Taggart Clark finding his rhythm. 2 goals in already tonight in just the first quarter.
And I'm watching in particular the off-ball movement, the spacing by New York on the offensive end, and what Taggart Clark is doing. The son of head coach Glenn Clark, who with Albany has done very well, even though they lost in overtime. So credit that move by Rich Lisk and the front office of New York, bringing Taggart in here for a couple of draft picks. Under 4 minutes to go in the first frame. New York up by 1. Kazetnikov looking for his second. That skies into the net and will take us to a timeout. Taggart Clark, have a night so far. He has 2 of the Riptide's 3 goals. Riptide are up by 1. Teat feeding it on, and it's Taggart Clark beating Chiliano. Riptide have a 1-goal advantage over the Rush. Back in a moment.
Back in the Coliseum where the Riptide lead Saskatchewan 3-2. I'm here with Riptide head coach Dan Ladouceur. Coach, Taggart Clark with 2 goals in this first quarter. What's his addition meant to this team?
Oh, it's great. He's a young kid, eager to earn his spot and perform, and we're seeing his energy, his size out there. It's a good injection into the right side.
Defensively, what have you liked from your side thus far?
So far, it's been really good, like closeouts on their shooters. You know, we had that one that was a little late on our closeout, but for the most part, we're getting out and getting in lanes.
Appreciate the time, Coach.
Thank you.
Grant, Dan, thank you very much. Dave Leno, Mitch Palau, Grant Delvecchio from the Coliseum. The Riptide up 3-2 over the Rush. Second meeting in consecutive weeks. Going to come out here for the Riptide and Mitch Wild, and so far looks like a much better unit from the Riptide at the start of the game compared to last week.
Yeah, I brought up before the break those up picks that the Rush set, and then they come flying down the backside. They just tried that. The Riptide were able to stay in that lane, knock down sticks. That they're going to have to continue that for the rest of the game.
Teat has not scored so far. I'm seeing Holden Garland amid a couple of players on Teat. It's definitely going to be a committee effort defensively in transition, which we saw last week. It was Messenger that time, but so far, transition on the defensive side has looked good for New York.
Yeah, they have that short bench here, so it's a little bit easier for them to get back in this quarter. We'll see how things play out in the second when both teams have a little bit longer to run on defense.
Here's Teat, 5 points of another 100-point season for Teat. MVP finalist last year, Rookie of the Year, his first year, shot for the outside. Called there by Chiliano. The rebound almost came in from O'Connor, who's been close a couple of times tonight.
Yeah, he had a defender draped all over him when he caught that rebound and just flung it back at the net.
That's
pretty good look there.
Gartland, Boudreau back there amid others. Good spin dodge this side by the very tall Triolo. From the top overhand shot a little bit high there. The crossbar golfed right back to New York here, up by 1.
Brownell with a little swim move on Marinier. You got to jump pretty high to get over Marinier.
And so far, Brownell's looked really good from the outset of this game. Teat jabs to his left. Chance here on the opposite end for Kiernan. That was dislodged nicely by Saskatchewan. And Mitchell creates a 2v1. It's Boudreau, the focal point from our open in transition. Dunkerley says no. He did not give it up to McClellan, his other defenseman.
Boudreau had the hat trick last week. You saw he tried to reach over and go for the dunk.
Sundown back to Teat. That's too easy from Teat. Compliments of Sundown. It's a 4-2 game, and number 1 tonight for the dangerous Teat.
You just get that sense when Larson Sundown gives it back to Teat, and he has that much time that's going to be in the back of the net. We've seen 51 play long enough. He hits the brakes, takes his time, and when Jeff Teat is able to eye up a goalie, there's almost no chance that the goalie is going to get the best of him because he finds the gaps, he can tweak his wrists just at the last second to adjust the placement of the ball, and he does just that, putting it 5-hole past Chiliano.
And Teat leads the NLL in goals with 44 here in week 17. It's really paramount. Again, the big story for the Riptide. They have lost 4 of the last 5, 6 and 8, just out of a playoff spot. Saskatchewan, half a game out of a playoff spot as well. Again, as Mitch and I said from the outset of the broadcast, I know every game is must win, but these really are magnified here down the stretch in our March to May across the National Lacrosse League. Over to in the inside, it was Connor Kiernan. That was, well, they're out in front. Here is Smith for Saskatchewan. Then coming in at 5-6, winning by 2 over New York and Saskatoon last week. Won 2 of the last 3, including Newark. Also a win over Colorado. Fell in overtime on a Nanacoke goal to Buffalo. Dodds lost that. It's Marinier there with the swipe. Good hit here by Jones. Can he pick it up amid Church? It's veteran against rookie. Scooped up by Marinier. Nice job by Jones.
Big takeaway there by Marinier, just getting his stick in the gloves of Dodds. And then Jones, he is a ground ball machine.
Teat trying to get another. Chiliano has it to his left glove side. Teat gets it back for a fresh 30 here for New York. 35 seconds and a turning clock for the Riptide. Let's see if Dunkerley does go, Mitch, for an extra attacker.
Yeah, there's a little bit too long of a disconnect. I think with that 4 seconds, the difference between the shot clock and the game clock, they're going to leave him in the net. And I say that, and here he starts cheating towards the bench.
He's creeping on the other side, still 5v5, even strength here for Teat. Tied up by 2, gets a couple of seals from Matisse. Roll dodge for Teat. Messenger lost him for a moment. Teat with 1 to shoot, gave it up. It's going to be a shot clock violation. 1.8 to go in the first frame. Nice job by the Rush defensively. Messenger, and that blocked by Matisse. That will do it for 1 quarter of play. So a good start for the New York Riptide, up by 2 over the Rush, falling by 2. Last week, Taggart Clark making his home debut with 2. Teat has 1, Sundown with a goal and 2 assists. 4-2 Riptide after 1 quarter. Start of the second quarter here from Nassau Coliseum. The Riptide up by 2 over the Rush. Get game day ready and shop your favorite team's jerseys and merch. Head to NLLshop.com to get all your National Lacrosse League and team gear tonight. And nestled inside the Coliseum, it's Dave Linham, Mitch Boyle, Grant Del Vecchio, our entire hardworking crew. A lot of youth lacrosse kids in the house tonight. Nice crowd on hand here at the Coliseum. If you're just joining us at the top of the hour, the Riptide Sundown with a goal and 3 assists. Mitch, he's impacting the game on every goal New York has scored.
This is a guy who's shooting 30%, and it's not like he's taking 9 or 10 shots. Shooting 30%, and now he's leading the team with 3 assists. We talked to Coach Crosby this week, and he talked about the maturity of his game, and he just has developed different facets and different elements of the game, and you can see it tonight in real time.
Just tuning in, Saskatchewan in green and white, the Riptide in their cystic fibrosis Knights uniforms that will be for auction on NewYorkRiptide.com. Raising awareness for all who battle cystic fibrosis and the Boomer Esiason Foundation. Good 2-man game here. It is Church shoveling that across. Jones picks it up. Good defense down low amid the crease for New York.
Yeah,
Borgatti was in the mix.
Church tried to just continue around the crease and wrap that around a sprawling Dunkerley, and Dunkerley got just enough on it so it goes wide, and Church was a little slow to get up there, but I think may have been talking to the ref on the way up.
There's Connor Kiernan spinning away. Kyle Matisse, on the right-hand side, former captain of the Philadelphia Wings, great player for Philly, grateful to have him in New York. Was lost for a moment there by Ryan Barnable with Matisse in. Mitch, a shot clock violation on the Riptide.
I thought that one had gotten through, but that must have hit a player right in front of Chiliano, because Matisse tried to get the rebound.
When Grinowick and Keegan Bell are the 2 scratches tonight, that was not a great shot inside for Keenan, just lost it in stride for Jimmy Quinlan's team. Wild tried to take matters into his own hands, but not on the same frequency that time, with the Riptide cutting inside. Scooped up here nicely by Wild to get the extra possession. I love those 50-50s.
Yeah, Taggart Clark and Mitch Wild double team in there. A nice, what we call delta in college lacrosse, where you turn him back and you double team the ball. It's a gift.
Well, we'll take it. There's O'Connor. Good seal by Sundin as well. Free here, the shot. Oh, that was a good dive inside for the Riptide. O'Connor narrowly missed it. Mitch, he's had about 3 or 4 opportunities to cash in.
Yeah, and 2 or 3 of them on that wrong side, and that's tough. You teach box players to stay on their strong-handed side because of exactly that. The goalie can just take away the angle. You can't reach all the way across. He tried to twist it and then bring it back 5-hole. But Chiliano, again, playing the angles. He's a big keeper. He does that very well.
Mans, spin dodge here, gets it back on the roll. That's intercepted nicely by the Riptide's Brunel. It creates a 3v1 for a moment. Here's the captain, Damon Edwards, with Jones in front of him. Edwards just a little bit low and wide. Picked up here by the Rush.
We talked about this second quarter being where the horses run because they have that long bench. You also got to be careful in transition. You have to get back as well, because that re-transition, you miss wide, the ball comes right back the other way. You got to get back and play defense as well.
Keenan over to the middle. Good seal over to Church. Gets it back. Trio stopped by Dunkerley. Stick side. Chance on the breakaway here for LaFontaine. See what he wants to do, and opts to get his offensive players wisely out there for New York.
LaFontaine, no stranger to the rush organization.
Part of titles in 15 and 16 with Edmonton, and also in the move to Saskatchewan. Mitch, but your Georgia team defeated this side in 2017. That is a strong hit by Bobby Kidd III towards the corner. Some extracurricular activity as well. That was on Sundown, by the way.
Yeah, Sundown was coming over and say, hey, you know that Jeff Teat you're roughing up? Please get off of him.
Third year from Port Moody, British Columbia. For Kidd III, Walters staying out there for the rush. Good spin move there by Triolo. Back to Mans from the outside. Mitch, you know how dangerous he is from his Toronto days. Shovels it across. Just high of that crossbar, though, on that weak side of the crease. Coming back out for New York the opposite way. Here for the captain, Damon Edwards. It's a 4v3 right now. And it goes a little bit locked down in front. Chiliano. That was a chance for O'Connor, it looked like, yet again. Barnable. Possession here for the rush, just hindered to 2 goals tonight with Keenan and Zevnikov. Good swim move that time here for the rush. It is Keenan in possession. Out to Church. Jones, tough matchup on him. Shot for the outside. Dunkerley is not full there with Keenan.
Yeah, Noseworthy was without a stick there. You were allowed to play without a stick, much like a defensive back in football. You got to just stay in front of your man. Noseworthy was looking to the referees, but they said, hey, you got to go out there and defend with your feet, young man.
You haven't seen the Riptide this year. Started at 0-3, then they won 4 in a row. Since then, it's kind of been a seesaw. They have dropped now 4 of the last 5. Clark looking for a hat trick. It's going to be an illegal pick on Keogh. Comes back out for Saskatchewan. Chance here on the breakaway. Here with Boudreau. Gives it up, man, flying out of the front door. Church. Dunkerley lost it. Church gets the goal. It's a 4-3 game.
The speed with which Church received that and deposited it just below the crossbar is the reason they call him Bar Down Bobby.
Yep.
As he knocks that one in. All in one motion. Watch this. Boudreau draws the defender, catch one step, and absolutely pins that top corner. Guy's been scoring a lot of goals for a lot of years, mostly for this rush organization.
Yep, all-time leading scorer for the club. A couple of titles as well with the rush. Just a potent scorer. And Mitch, technically with his stick skills, what's the most eye-popping thing about Church and why he's been able to do it at such a high level for so long?
I think he's just so deceptive because you think you're with him, you think you're on him. He finds those little gaps and he shoots lights out. So you feel like you're on him, and then just like that, you saw one quick step and he absolutely buries it. Doesn't put a ton on the ball, but puts it in the perfect place.
That breaks a little bit of a scoring drought there for Saskatchewan. Was down for a bulk of time at 4-2. Now it's a 4-3 game, and they're looking to tie it here with Garland. Garland from D to O, stop there from Dunkerley. Comes out on the right side here, scooped up here by Wild. It's a 3v2 for Wild. Man flying out of the O door. Pass a little bit high for Mitch, but he gets it back behind the cage. Wild getting a little help from Mourinho, a couple defensemen still out there, and then finally they will come out. Teat out there on that left-hand side. It is Matisse. Teat, by the way, with 1 goal. Matisse spinning away, goes low, and scores! That was majestic from Moose, and it's a 5-3 game.
Watch out for Flying Moose. The roll, the jump, and the hover mid-air by the big fella, Kyle Moose Matisse. Using that big frame, gets the hang time, and keeps the left toe up just long enough for the ball to continue in. Just a beauty for a beauty of a guy.
Speaking of beautiful moments, 1 goal now in each of the last 5 appearances for Matisse, and a 5-3 New York lead. 6 minutes down in this second stanza. Dave Leno, Mitch Belisle, Grant Delvecchio between the benches. Riptide against the rush. Chance here. Connor Cannon behind the back. That was beautiful. And it's a 6-3 game. Pristine. Right on the money from Kiernan. BTB.
Are you kidding me, 9-2? He's done it this year, but what a time for it. He catches the rush kind of just a little lackadaisical as they're matching up with numbers. Watch that as he gets checked. He's just kind of jogging through. Jake Boudreau's like, I'm on him. There's no one around. He throws it behind the back, and Chiliano is just not expecting it. Connor Kiernan 1 goal away from 100 now.
Did not score Mitch last game against the Rush, had 5 assists though, and a guy that we've said throughout the 2023-24 season has really stepped up for the Riptide. That will take us, Mitch, to a timeout and a 6-3 New York lead with 8:50 to go until the break, and to the dismay of Chiliano, who's seeing New York with a flurry of goals tonight. And inside for Connor Kiernan. Everybody was fooled, calm as Mitch stated, and it's a 3-goal advantage for New York.
Back inside the Coliseum, I'm about to be joined by Rush, head coach Jimmy Quinlan. Coach, beating a team once in a season is one thing, beating a team twice in the span of a week is another. What was your message to the group heading into tonight?
Well, I mean, I think we just needed to be better in a lot of areas. They've come out with a lot of energy. We got to match that energy, and we got to get better. And so, when you play a team twice in a row here, they make adjustments. So we've made some adjustments. All in all, it's just going to come down to who executes.
Offensively, would you like to see any adjustments in particular?
Yeah, from us, we got to get the ball hot. We got to get a touch in the corner, and we got to attack top side and go through the middle. Those are all easy things to do, but they're really hard because they're not going to let you do that easily. So that's what we got to do.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's good stuff there from Jimmy Quinlan. Thank you, Grant, especially trying to negate what Church and Keenan can do. 2 outside shots have gone in on Dunkerley tonight, Mitch. He'll look to clean that up moving forward. Meanwhile, it's Matisse with options. Barnable on him. Kiernan lost it. This could be a transition moment for Saskatchewan. Nearly a 2v2. It is Boudreau, the dangerous one, man, flying out the door. Dunkerley has other thoughts. Nice play there for Dunkerley to deny Triolo.
Yeah, Triolo's getting a little too comfortable with that red pipe there as he puts another one off the iron. But you could actually see the inner workings in Kiernan's head. He started to go to the bench and probably realized that they've had some calls with the offense this week that said, you better get your butt back in on reverse transition, play some defense if you turn it over.
Teat over to O'Connor. What a save there by Chiliano to his left. O'Connor oh so close tonight, but credit the job that Jimmy Quinlan, the former team captain, the only number retired for the Rush is number 81 in the rafters in Saskatoon, led the organization to 3 titles, looking to continue that play. Here now as the head coach was an interim for Jeff McCobe. Dunk opportunity! Oh, that's it for New York from the back! Taggart Clark with a hat trick! What a night so far!
Not only does he score on the dunk, but he picks up the tough loose ball on the inside. Riley O'Connor mishandled that pass from T. It pops out. And look at the hustle by 5. He wins the tough 50-50 ball, scans, and says, oh, there's a spot. Buries it himself with the Hattie for number 5. Got to wonder, did Glenn Clark make the journey back? Looks like it may take a second look at this.
But again, coincidental penalties, Mitch.
Sorry,
looks like
that.
on McClellan, yep, and Keogh. How about Taggart Clark with a hat trick? First of the career for Taggart. Congratulations to Taggart and welcome to the Riptide organization. It is a 7-3 game. The Riptide now in the midst of a 3-0 run right now. Mitch, again, we have coincidental minors on Keogh and McClellan for New York and Saskatchewan respectively. How does that change the mindset here 4v4?
Well, I think this definitely favors Jeff Teat. Give him space, and he's a pretty dangerous guy. And then you got the energy of Larson Sundown. That helps. But Saskatchewan's got some bodies that can make some things happen. Zach Mans has been a little quiet. He hasn't had much room to work. So I would be surprised if he doesn't get a one-on-one opportunity in this shift here.
Yeah, I expect his game to blossom. And a really big pick from him, sending Mark Matthews to Toronto and a couple of others in the trade. That's scooped out here by the Riptide. State for the shot from Church. It is a 2v2 right now, now morphing into a 3v2. Give it up to O'Connor, skipping it across here. Intercepted nicely here from Saskatchewan, but the pass couldn't go right into the middle, though. It wasn't handled by Garland. Back here to the Riptide 4v4 for another minute in a 7-3 game in the second.
Jeff Teat has now been on the floor for about a minute and a half as he played offense. He was actually the one that intercepted that ball on the defensive end.
Stick skills that time here from Keenan.
And there goes 51 again to play some defense.
Yeah. How about this? Teat against Keenan. Nice job there. Got the two Hill Academy products against one another. Dunkerley to his left with ease. Over to the captain, Damon Edwards.
What a pace of play right now we're seeing with this form. For a little sloppy, a couple of turnovers, but end-to-end action for the fans.
What you expect. Here with the playoffs looming in the March to May. That means the playoffs are coming. Clark with a hat trick, doubled, up to the top. That was blocked in front by Boudreau. It scampers to the corner, Mitch, and it will come out here for the rush.
Yeah, Matisse was looking to that skip for Sundown there. It was a nice look. I think he maybe could have taken that shot. It was a great job of Taggart Clark drawing both defenders with him. But that extra pass has been the one that has been so fruitful.
And we're even strength 5v5. McClellan fires that wide right out of the box. See if Mans can get this, Mitch, towards the penalty boxes there. Nice cost turnover there that time by Jones. That's his second tonight. And an offensive possession here for the Riptide. Stick taps on the bench.
He is just a one-man wrecking crew. As soon as that ball was going towards the boards, I knew that was trouble for Zach Mans.
Keogh zipping it inside. The bouncer by Kiernan, who was one tonight with that beautiful behind the back. And McClellan has it. Thanks for the save by Shiliano out to Mans. And I'm watching how Mans is trying to gain top side for Quinlan's units. Marked in front there by LaFontaine. There was a switch defensively with Keenan there. Back to the aforementioned Mans at the top. Scooping inside Church. Stopped by Dunkerley to his right. Towards the corner, Triolo. Working with Kazevnikov, and 23 on the shot clock and turning.
And Coach Quinlan talked about getting to the middle. Look at how hollow the inside is right now. There's not a green or bright green jersey on the inside there. And
Mans, underhand shot there.
That's the difference. Yeah. That's the difference right now.
Yeah, it's a really good call, and I'm seeing right now Kazevnikov trying to get it. Deacon's doing well, Mitch, on this side. Here's Keenan, meanwhile. In a 7-3 game, spinning around, trying to work the two-man game. Needs somebody on the weaker side. Blocked in front. Brownell was there. 10 to shoot here for Saskatchewan. And they're getting their offensive players out there. They are disgruntled. What a defensive stand for the Riptide, Mitch.
Yeah, they were exhausted.
Yep.
You could just see them run out of gas on that shift. Riptide defense standing strong.
Yeah, they have looked really good, the Riptide defensively, which has been a theme from last year going into this year, in addition to the goaltending by Dunkerley. 3:35 and a turning clock. Teak from the outside. Gonna get a call, Mitch. It's like a cross-checking call against New York. Let's see.
Yeah, Keogh and Sundown were kind of setting double down seals, and I think Keogh came up high.
Okay. Could be the second power play for the Rush. Looks like Keogh is going to go to the box. So it is a cross check on Keogh with 3:34 to go until halftime. The Riptide are up by 4 over the Rush. What a beautiful night here at the Coliseum. Riptide try to continue this advantage over Saskatchewan. It's a party at the Coliseum with the Riptide up by 4, 3:34 to go until the break. Lock's Metrics, powered by the NLL, is an innovative data approach to better understand our league. Cooper Perkins breaks down the numbers each week on NLL.com and the league's social channels. Well, Mitch, how about the games last night as well? 2 overtime games. Panther City won 12-11. As you see, Keogh in the box for the illegal cross-check. Another power play here for the Rush. Calgary beat Albany 10-9. Tanner Cook with the game winner in the extra frame.
Dave, I was in the air flying from Phoenix to New Jersey, and I watched every minute of those games.
Nice.
Isn't technology amazing?
Yep, love it. Yeah, Panther City won on a Donville overtime winner. Will Malcolm with 7 points. Both Byrne and Smith for Buffalo had 7 as well. So Taggart Clark, if you're just tuning in, with a hat trick. Teat has won, Sundown a goal and 3 assists. Church has won, the same with Keenan for the Rush. Mans has been held scoreless. Jay on the defensive side here against Jeff Teat with 1 goal. Short-handed, mind you, or the Riptide under 3 minutes to go until halftime. It's Batiste who has won from the outside, missing. And over to Teat, who's likely just to rip this from distance. Good thing Chiliano was ready.
Yeah, try to catch him sleeping a little bit there. Chiliano uses that big frame to keep the ball out. And Rush will go back on the power play here.
And Keenan had the power play goal early on. They were held, by the way, to 10 minutes, goalless. See if the Riptide can continue that theme. Here's Mans, 5v4, man up. Shot again from Church. Dunkerley got just enough here. 48 seconds to go with a turning clock on the man up for the Saskatchewan Rush. Keogh is in the box. Back over to Mans at the top. Church, Mans. Left-hand side, Keenan, good block in front there for Marinier, short-handed. Can Marinier go? He bulldozers his way down the floor over to Edwards, who's just got a penalty kill.
Marinier throws the big shoulder into Bobby Kidd III. His big frame allows him to not only knock down passes, but play a physical ball blocking style, and his footwork has just seemed to get better and better every game this year. He's really become one of the top defenders on this unit.
Clark, good kick save there by Chiliano. I'm right there with you, Mitch. Kidd towards the corner. Sundown is there. That was a hard seal, by the way, a moment ago by Larson. Sundown. Keogh kills off the penalty. Saskatchewan, for just tuning in, 1 for 2. We did have a 4v4 moments earlier in the second. Here's Mans with the jab step. With the bounce shot, Zach Mans. That's the man that Saskatchewan is counting on. It's his first goal tonight and a 7-4 game.
Dave, that's the first opportunity Mans has really gotten to have a little bit of space, and they get that quick jab step shake. You see, he just gets a little bit of space here, jab step, and then throws the bouncer in around Dunkerley. You got to close that out immediately. That was John LaFontaine on the top. If he can fire out instantly as soon as that pick happens, you try to limit him, and that's what's been working against Zach Mans. But eventually, he's going to get those looks.
Pretty goal from the Drexel product, traded in July of 2023 with Adam J. for Mark Matthews. And the Victoria, British Columbia native, he's in, as mentioned, for his 55th points. So a big addition from Toronto and Matt Sawyer's team, who, by the way, is at the top of the NLL standings at 11-3. They're playing Halifax tonight. That game going on the same time as ours. That's a big one and huge as it relates to this game too, with Halifax coming in right now in 4th place at 8-6. What do you got there with the update?
Currently, Halifax jumped out to a 4-0 lead. They are up 5-3 now in the 3rd quarter.
Oh, another goal for the New York Riptide, skipping in for New York. It is Jeff Teat. That's his 2nd tonight, past Chiliano. It's 8-4.
Just solid ball movement, and then 51 cutting through the middle. He's a guy, you just wonder, how do you lose 51? And his toe was awful close to that crease. We'll see if they take the red laundry out. But as of now, this goal's going to stand. They're going to face off. Jeff Teat, just a transcendent player.
Yeah. And well said, Mitch. And closing in on another 100-goal season, or 100-point season for Jeff Teat, was Thornburg off of the draw, narrowly banging that home. 40 seconds to go here until halftime. There's the Rush, down by 4, outside shot again. That has been an Achilles heel against Dunkerley. Comes out here for New York's Brownell. Brownell, former Buffalo Bandit, veteran in the league, back over to Edwards. Let's see if we get a timeout called. We will, Mitch, for New York to draw this up with 24.2 until halftime.
And Jeff Teat actually is already up to 7 points, Dave. So he is now at 102 points on the season, and he passes Josh Byrne.
Yep, so now he paces the NLL in total points. Yeah, right past Byrne and Dane Smith. Good call there. So great stuff from Jeff Teets and the Riptide. Coming up on the NLL halftime report, it's all about the players. Some have become coaches to help grow the game, while others show the real dedication and sacrifice that goes into preparing for a game on and off the field. Plus, Mitch and I will break down the first half. Grant will have our halftime interview. That and more on the NLL halftime report coming up in a matter of moments with our great crew from the Coliseum. 8-4 Riptide here over the Rush. Dunkerley and others doing a great job defensively. What has been the strongest point defensively against Saskatchewan with their offensive prowess? They had 17 goals against New York last week.
I think first and foremost, they've eliminated transition other than the one transition goal. And they've been really able to clog up that middle, or at least keep the Rush out of the middle, forcing the outside shots. They've been able to notch 2 when they've had open looks up top, but they're keeping them out of that dangerous area. Just as Coach Quinlan said, the Rush have to get there. Right now, the Riptide are doing a great job of keeping them out of there and forcing those outside shots and really limiting their space and their time.
All right, Mitch, 4 seconds separate the timers here. 20 to shoot for New York. Let's see what offensive coordinator Jason Crosby drew up for the Riptide offensively, up by 4. Possession here to Matisse.
And they're shutting number 51 off all the way over at the wall. They're really pressing out on everyone. The 51 is completely locked.
That's Jared Smith, Mitch, that's on him right now. Here's Matisse cradling it up the floor. 2 to shoot for him. Looks like they're just going to dwindle the clock down. Shot clock violation there against New York.
There's a late hit on Kiernan, but not so much. And they're going to put a couple seconds back on. Although I see Jeff Teed is heading back out there. Looks like he might just be giving some love to his teammates.
Well, they're going to chat with Mark Hines, who's our shot clock operator. There was about 4 seconds, remember, that separated the game in shot clock a moment ago. It's now showing 3.2.
So I think Sask probably called timeout instantly so they can get another look. They're going to keep Chiliano on the bench, and they're going to send 6 out. Looks like they're going to put 4 seconds on the clock. This is what the officials are signaling to each other.
It's a Sask team that started out 1-4 this year, then had a good stretch of winning 3 of the following 4 games, thanks to Panther City with that win 10-9 over them on February 3rd. That's the great tones of our Colin Cosell. Might be familiar with Colin, also the PA voice of the New York Mets.
And the great words of Will Ferrell, he gets the people going.
Yeah, he does. He's the man.
Brings that energy night in and night out.
By the way, Saskatchewan, a lot of close games. In fact, 2 overtime games, Mitch. They have been on the wrong end, 0-2. There's the last 3. They have won 2 of the last 3. That is big for the Rush. And that will do it from Mans, and that will get us to halftime and a good start, Mitch, for New York going into the locker room up by 4.
Noseworthy wearing that shot proudly, soaking it. Feel good about that. With an 8-4 halftime lead, they eliminate the transition they were so worried about. They lock it down on the inside, and offensively, they've put 7 5-on-5 goals in. That is exactly what Jason Crosby and the offense want tonight.
Yeah, a couple of blocks from Noseworthy, who's been one of the block leaders, along with Marinier and Callum Jones for this team. And the Riptide doing a nice job just limiting to Church with 1 goal, Keenan with another. Mans got 1 very late into the game, and Dunkerley has done well through 30 minutes of play. But speaking of goal scorers, here's Grant with Taggart Clark.
Taggart, just your 2nd game in the lineup. You've got a first-half hat trick tonight. Are you starting to feel comfortable playing with these guys?
Yeah, I mean, with the amount of talent we have on this offense, I mean, I'm meshing in pretty well so far and hoping to continue this throughout the second half.
A lot of veterans on this roster, guys like Stephen Keogh, Kyle Matisse. What's been their message to you as you've tried to join in and mesh with this group?
They've been just telling me to play hard. Don't worry about making mistakes. Just work your butt off and keep going, and you'll be fine. So I appreciate that from them.
Good luck the rest of the way, Taggart.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, Grant, great stuff. The 2nd career hat trick for Clark. Sundown with 4 points. Teat with 7 in the game, and a 10-minute goalless drought for Sask. The halftime report coming up next. Welcome to the NLL Halftime Report from the Coliseum. As fans, we don't get to see the time, dedication, and sacrifice that goes into preparing for a game. However, once the players take the turf, it's 60 minutes of giving everything they've got until the final whistle. But for Brett Metzke of the Warriors and Damon Edwards of the Riptide, the real sacrifice starts off the floor.
I always say the best leaders lead by example. They don't tell you what to do, they show you what to do. The reason why you want to be a firefighter, obviously, you want to help people. We get an opportunity to help people every single day.
When we're called upon, it's the worst day for someone else.
Anytime you go on a call, people you're helping out quite possibly having one of the worst days of their life. It's a rewarding job. There's just so much pride and tradition that comes with the fire service.
People at the hall, they quickly become like my family. Obviously, we have to trust each other with, our lives.
Every member here has a team-first mentality. It's honestly like one big extended family. We're willing to risk our lives for each other at any given moment, so that's pretty unique because I don't think there's many professions out there like that. It's the community you serve, the team you play for, the city you play for, right? Because I think when you care so much about that and they have the same feeling, you just don't want to let each other down. So when you have that, you have pretty good success. It is super rewarding to help people out, and there's a sense of pride when you can serve your community. And the fire service has such a strong reputation of respect and trust among the public, right? And we got the people that put on the uniform before us to thank for that, and I think it's up to us to continue that tradition. Whatever it takes kind of mentality. You got to be resilient in both fields.
If you're scared, I think you're in the wrong line of work.
Bend, don't break attitude.
We do so much training throughout our 24-hour shift. I wouldn't say scared because, that would kind of make us vulnerable.
Both professions, as soon as you think you got to hang on something, you can get slapped in the face pretty quick. Because you can't control everything that happens on the fire ground. You can't control everything that happens in a lacrosse game. The only thing you can control is your preparation. And when you're well prepared, you're confident. And when you're confident, you can succeed.
Very grateful for all the sacrifices Brett, Damon, and these star-studded players make. More of our halftime report continues from the Coliseum on the other side. Welcome into the NLL Halftime Report from Nassau Coliseum. Many of today's NLL players were coached by former greats. Current stars have followed in similar footsteps to pay it forward by coaching the next crop of future lacrosse legends.
And the Bandits are 2023 NLL champions!
The day after we won the championship, we ended up at 9 a.m. being at our Beast Championship and coaching. It's incredibly important for me to be involved with coaching. It's something that you can't really put words to. Being able to pass information on to someone else and to see them take that and to be successful with it.
Those are the very, very, very basics, right?
We try to keep those talented kids in Buffalo because we figured the first few years they were leaving to go to Rochester or Canada, and it was due to coaching. And we want to kind of change that culture.
1, 2, 3.
Now you see a larger contingent of professional players getting involved in their local communities and wanting to see the sport grow. We want to create a cycle where players that come through our program come back to us and coach the next generation of Fusion players.
Growing the game is real important for the next generation, and we're all invested as coaches as well as currently players. In Orangeville, we do make a point that guys go back and coach minor teams and give back to the kids, and I think that's kind of a huge reason that we always talk about why Orangeville lacrosse is as successful as it is.
When I was a little boy, I had guys like Dylan Ward and Nick Rose come out to my practice, and they gave their tips and they actually cared, and at the age I am, it's my job to give back.
We came up with Turtle Island, Randy Stotts and I. We wanted to give the youth opportunity that we didn't have. We had to travel quite a distance to go and play in these, lacrosse tournaments. We wanted to give them a place where they could do that, but be home and they could have access to us.
I work as the director of classroom lacrosse for Elevate Lacrosse. I'm in schools on a daily basis, doing lacrosse residencies, introducing students to the sport of lacrosse. I know in the last 6 or 7 years, we've introduced over 100,000 students in Alberta.
Lacrosse has been very good to me. I've got my education paid for. I've got to travel the world. I built an awesome network of friends across North America and the world. And for me, lacrosse has afforded me all that. And I wanted to be able to give back to the game. And my playing career impacts myself the most, but coaching, I can have a reach and get to have a positive impact on thousands of kids.
Love the family atmosphere this sport brings. Highlight stats at the start of the second half after this. Start of the second half on the horizon from the Coliseum. Youth Lacrosse Stars having some fun out there on the turf as the Riptide lead the rush by 4. Welcome upstairs here at Nassau Coliseum with Mitch Belisle. I'm Dave Leno. Just the 3rd time this year the Rush have been hindered to just 4 goals with 30 minutes of play. How dominant has the Riptide defense been in your eyes?
The Riptide defense has done exactly what they needed after watching the game film from last week. They've eliminated all but 1 transition opportunities, and they've been able to really keep the Rush out of the middle, the inside, the dangerous area, and spark some transition of their own. It's made a big difference.
Yeah, at one point, the Rush were goalless in a 10-minute span. As we take a look at some of the highlights, Robert Church in particular has started to blossom. He's just been hindered to 1 goal, but this was a big one in transition for Sask.
Yeah, this was the one that Saskatchewan has been able to push. You see Robert Church, they call him Bar Down Bobby for a reason, hits the crossbar and in. But other than that, they've really struggled. They found the back of the net on a couple other top center shots. But this Riptide offense has come to play, led by the young buck himself, Taggart Clark, putting in his own 3 for a hat trick. The only other time he's done that was against the Riptide, so the Riptide are very happy to have him on their side this time.
It's very ironic, but how about this pick by New York as well? They're really blossoming, especially a transition defense too.
Yeah, they've been able to stay in the lanes. They're playing physically. They're picking the ball up and pushing the pace, and it's showing. They've really been able to have a lot of success. You can see the face-offs, huge advantage for the Riptide, 12-2. They're dominating there, and then a slight edge on loose balls. Cam Dunkerley has looked good with 17 saves and 15 assists on those 8 goals. They are moving the ball, moving the rock. Most of their goals, 7 of those 8 have come off 5-on-5 settled sets.
Let's look around the National Lacrosse League part of this week 17. We mentioned early on 2 overtime games with Panther City and Calgary prevailing. Right now, Halifax is up by 4 on Toronto. That has major implications on this game because Halifax right now coming into the game is in 4th in the standings. Toronto is at the top. You see their record at 11-3 as well. Let's look here at Cam Dunkerley with 17 saves so far. Mitch, we're also peeking on the Halifax-Toronto game. And how about this scoreline favoring the Thunderbirds?
Yeah, Halifax, great opportunity here to not only prove that they can play with the top of the league, but move into that 9-win territory, which most coaches with the consolidated standings feel like if you can get to 10 wins, you got a really good chance of being in the playoffs this year. So that's kind of the magic number right now everyone's working towards. Toronto's already got there. Now Halifax looking to make their mark.
Yeah, Benesh with 2 goals and 2 assists so far with 4 points for Halifax. Dan Craig has 2 points so far. Bushi just has an assist in the game. So Halifax clicking with Warren Hill between the pipes. And here at the Coliseum, you're seeing here the clinching scenario, a win, and Toronto clinches to the top spot, or Saskatchewan will fall tonight to the Riptide. Sask, by the way, is in a back-to-back. They're at Georgia tomorrow at 5:30 p.m. Eastern time. Let's see what Toronto will do, and the other clubs as well. Okay, we're off and running here in the second half. Dave Leno, Mitch Belisle, our entire crew from the Coliseum. The New York Riptide at home, the penultimate home game of the regular season for New York. They'll be back here on April 20th against Albany, which hopefully will not be the last game ever for the New York Riptide at the Coliseum before the move to Ottawa next year. Good move by Triolo inside. Dunkerley had other plans. The defense as well by Thornburg, but another extra possession here for Saskatchewan.
Now, Dunkerley has looked very confident in net. Talked about it on the broadcast last week. Maybe, he was drafted by Saskatchewan. Maybe there was like a little bit of jitters going back to the place where he started his career, but he has settled in nicely tonight and has really read everything that has come his way.
Church gets it back on the feed, skips it across, outside shot, and Dunkerley made himself big that time. Mans, by the way, has just one goal. Church has one as well. Keenan had a power play goal. Saskatchewan is 1 for 2. Mitch, by my count, I don't think the Riptide have been with a man advantage so far. There was a 4v4 opportunity.
Correct. They have not had an advantage yet, and that's an area where they are absolutely lethal. So certainly something that Saskatchewan is trying to stick to a game plan of not going into the box.
See what adjustments Jimmy Quinlan's team has. It's O'Connor who had multiple opportunities to score. That's a good stab there by Jay, getting his stick high in the middle. It's a 2v1 for a moment. Barnable, though, wisely resets here for the Rush. Dodds has not scored so far tonight. 2022 Rookie of the Year finalist behind the Riptide's Jeff Teat. That's a little bit wide from Kazevnikov, who has 1 goal tonight. It comes out here for Mitch Wild, new acquisition this season for New York.
And first quarter, you really saw those white and lime green jerseys pushing up all the way to the midline. Look for them to continue the pressure as New York pushes that ball on the offensive end.
Sundown with a goal and 3 assists through 30 minutes of action out there on the floor. See what Matisse can do against McClellan. Kieran dipping inside. Sundown downstairs and scores! Number 2 for Sundown. He is all over the floor for the Riptide. It's a 9-4 game.
Has Sundown found his new magic spot? That top center, about 10 to 12 yards out. That catch and shoot around the defender has worked beautifully for him the last 2 weeks, as he scored an almost identical goal earlier tonight like that, and another one just like it against Sask last week. You see him shaking his head saying, that's just my spot, baby.
For the former Limestone RIT, Onondaga Community College star. Sundown's versatility, Mitch, is what sticks out. I think a lot in the scout, you see him behind the cage, you're seeing him up top in the middle, setting the hard seals, and the offense just feeds off of his energy, according to the coaching staff of New York. They lead by 5 over the Rush.
And that shift, Teat wasn't even on the floor. They had 3 lefties that didn't include Jeff Teat there, and they still get a goal.
Teat, for good measure, Mitch, has 2 goals tonight. Okay, let's get an offensive possession here for the Rush, and let's see what they draw up under Derek Keenan. Now handling those things on the offensive side. Of course, general manager, head coach Jimmy Quinlan. Spinning around is Church. To the top, Keenan back over to Church. Stick side, did that cradle in? It did for Robert Church. He did just enough. That's his 2nd tally tonight.
Great look. You saw a huge block attempt. We'll look at it again in the replay, but Damon Edwards went up with his body to try to block it, and they found the extra pass over to Robert Church, and he's able to uncork it, and it just slides through. You see that giant block attempt, draws 2 there. Robert Church moves it quick, and it just slides under. Dunkerley was there with his body, but just couldn't corral the ball as it trickles over the line. He knocks the goal off. It's moorings, but it continues in. That's going to be a good goal there.
I will say nothing close is going past Dunkerley. More so from the outside. There's one little soft one that cradled home to the back of the twine. It's a 9-5 game right now. Riptide early on, by the way, had a 3-0 run. That was their biggest run early on. Obviously, Saskatchewan scores there. It is a 4-goal deficit for Jimmy Quinlan's team. Coming in at 5-6, they have won 2 of the last 3. The Riptide resetting here have dropped 4 of the last 5. These are much needed wins down the stretch to get into the playoffs. The top 8 teams of the unified standings, different from last year with conferences, gets in. Matisse up to the top. Clark finds a spinning around behind the back kick. Saved by Chiliano on Kiernan that was looking for his 2nd BTB.
One thing I noticed in the first half, Dave, it looks like the Riptide have really been utilizing that behind the net. I think based on the transition onslaught that came their way last game, they want to get the ball down low and safe, so that way even if they do turn it over, it's not coming right down on their goalie in odd numbers.
Dodds, good swim move there from Keenan, though. Switch defensively, LaFontaine's on him. Dodds whipped at it on the pass cross floor. Chance for the Riptide. Here's an opportunity for Wild. What does he do? He powers it. Sheliano just got enough of his back right-hand pad and almost scampered home, but not to be.
Wild took a look at the bench, looked like he was going to pull it out, and then just let it fly. Try to put it through Sheliano.
Speaking of flying, beetling forward, Church. That's going to be a call coming up here. Looks like a trip up at the top against the captain, Edwards. And it will be a power play upcoming here for Saskatchewan.
And I think they're going to take 2 men.
That's what I saw.
Yeah, he indicated the trip on Edwards, who kind of got tangled up, and then a push at the end of the play. It looks like that's going to be a noseworthy. So we'll listen in as they make the call here.
Check from behind on noseworthy, the tripping Mitch on Edwards. And this could be a harbinger for Saskatchewan. They've looked really good in the man-up situations now, and just 3 out there for the Riptide on the 5v3.
Well, not only do you get the 5-on-3, but 2 of your best penalty killers are in the box.
Yep. Church, top behind the net it goes. Church with the feed, skips across a little bit high here for Saskatchewan. They need to cash it here. It goes over the halfway line. New York will get it back.
And New York gets lucky there.
Wow.
Robert Church had a chance to keep that alive and just bounced off his stick. Funny hop there.
And Mans will have to be behind the cage. Now the Riptide's going to try to kill off this 5v3. A long way to go. Keogh dumps it to the corner. Saska needs to get on it with Boudreau. Jay helping out as well. Scooped up by Messenger. Here come the offensive players out for Saskatchewan, down by 4.
Stephen Keogh, not the fleetest of foot, but he can shoot the ball well. He can get those resets, and really one of the hardest guys to get the ball out of his stick. I remember playing against him. You feel like you get a great check on his stick and just wouldn't come out.
Church downstairs. Dunkerley did enough low and fought that off nicely. Still a 5v3 here for the Rush. About a minute to go to kill off the power play. Teets, double team right now. The switch on Jeff T at the top. With Shoal out top here to Clark. Has a second career hat trick. Mitch, take us through. What do you want to do in the situation here, 3v5, to kill this off?
You just want to do your best to spread out this defense, and just like Jeff Teat did, get it wide, spread out the defense, so the best they can do is double team you, draw it, try to find an open man and take a shot on goal and kill as much of that 30 seconds as possible. They do a nice job of it right there, killing about 20 seconds there.
Yeah, Teat almost scored shorthanded. Not surprised there. Sass gets it back to Church, looking for the hat trick. One-time feed. Keenan almost cashed in. Dunkerley was there to slide beautifully to his left. Church back to Keenan. Church on the 2-man game. Dunks did enough, went a little bit wide. Got about 8 seconds left to the 5v3. Mans, Keenan, wide again. And the Riptide gonna kill this off. Here comes Edwards, here comes Noseworthy. Can they stop him? Outside shot, good tip up top and a kill for the Riptide.
That is a huge kill. Emotionally, momentum-wise, what a play. They're soaking shots. Dunkerley making big saves. We got a 9-5 Riptide lead right now in the third quarter.
Back at the Coliseum, Dunkerley with huge, sensational stops against the Rush, killing off a 5v3. Mitch, we're marking it down when we were at commercial there around the 8-9 minute mark in the third, killing off that penalty.
Yeah, you just get so much juice on the bench, on the defensive side especially. When you get a shot clock, 5-on-5, that's a great feeling. But if you can kill 2 men down, you know they're going to get great shots. Your goalie comes together, defenseman soaking shots. They did it, and they're feeling good right now, although they got a whole nother 30 to worry about.
Triolo in a 4-goal deficit. One-time shot, good! Keenan! That's his second tonight. The Rush needed that. It's a 3-goal game.
And Dave, that was exactly what I was worried about. I saw 2 Riptide defenders crash. You can see it right there. 2 Riptide defenders. That's going to create the 4-on-3 in the backside. LaFontaine and Wild do the best they can, but Triolo does a beautiful job of engaging Dunkerley, bringing him to the top of the crease. Dunkerley tries to cut off that angle, and then he finds Keenan on the backside, who basically has a wide open net to shoot on and puts it home.
Keenan's got a couple tonight. That was a good pass there across the floor by Triolo. All right, a 9-6 game. Here we go. See how the Riptide respond here with Brownell. Second to last regular season home game for New York against Saskatchewan is at Georgia tomorrow. This is completing a home and a home. The Riptide lost to the Rush last weekend, 17-15. They were only held to just 1 goal in the third quarter. It's looking different though. That's a good block inside there, nicely by Barnable. Back over to the Riptide's team.
Kiernan with a great pickup there, bails out Matisse.
Matisse, that one fired a little bit wide of Chiliano. Towards the bench, comes out here for the Rush. Get their shot clock started here. The offensive players out as Barnable will dish it out. He thought about staying out there. Instead, Church is there. Messenger setting the seals inside, skipping it across. Missing a little bit the Rush there. Back over to the Riptide. Noseworthy with the outlet here for New York. Sundown's got it. It's 2v4 with Keogh, and Wisely resets.
And this is really the first settled 5-on-5 the Riptide have had in quite some time. So they're going to look to get everyone in touch, swing it side to side, and see if they can get something for 51 here.
One of the areas they tried to bolster with the 5v5. Teat tried to go top corner, just missed. Chiliano did well. McClellan has it towards the corner. Now over to Jared Smith here for the Rush. Under 7 minutes to go in the third. It is a 9-6 game. Dave Little, Mitch Belisle, Grant Delvecchio downstairs, our entire hard-working crew from the Coliseum. First trip for Saskatchewan since 2019. Good swim move there for Church. Church to the left-hand side now. Church gets it back. That was right in the middle of Dunkerley.
And Dave, I'll say, the Rush have certainly packed the inside a lot more. You can just tell there's more green jerseys, green and white jerseys. And it's not that they're cutting through so much as just kind of posting up in there and looking for those inside-out opportunities.
That's a keen observation, partner, because that's what they didn't accomplish. Half number 1 getting in. Teats. A couple goals tonight. Almost had a short-handed one. Kiernan with the bouncer there. Chiliano fought that off yet again. Jay will distribute out here for Saskatchewan to Barnable. 6 minutes to go here in the third.
Dave, this next goal feels pretty important. 9-6 to go back to that 4-goal lead versus cutting it to 2.
Roll dodge there by Mans, the Drexel product, out to Triolo. Jetting to his left, hard hit inside by Edwards. It's a Lucy towards the corner, shot clock violation. What a hit there from DE.
And that was just 2 beautiful slides. In box lacrosse, you typically don't leave your man and slide like you do in field, but there are times in the middle where you have to take that risk. And those are 2 excellent opportunities. And so much credit to Callum Jones's footwork. He is unbelievable one-on-one.
Agreed. Keogh, who did not play last game, got a little bit of time off. Here's Teat. Behind the cage it goes. Kiernan looking to distribute. Behind the back. Does it go past Chiliano? No to Keogh. Looking for his first tonight.
I think that went through and out and around.
Wow.
But good backup there by Barnable to trap it. He almost was in face-off position as he kept that one out of the goal.
Got Chiliano coming at a massive deal from San Diego. Been very good throughout this league. They needed that experienced goaltender, and they found him. Church looking for the hat trick. It's a kick save into the crowd. It goes from Dunkerley. Will take us to another timeout with 4:44 to go in the third. It has been a dunk show tonight at the Coliseum. And as a result, his Riptide lead by 3 over the Rush. Back after this. They're dancing at the Coliseum with the Riptide up by 3. 4:44 to go in the third. It is cystic fibrosis night at the Coliseum. With more on that, what the Riptide are doing, here's Grant Delvecchio downstairs.
Thanks, Dave. You mentioned it. It's the 2nd annual Cystic Fibrosis Night being hosted by the New York Riptide, who have partnered once again with the Boomer Esiason Foundation to raise funds and awareness in the battle against the rare genetic pulmonary disease that is cystic fibrosis. The Riptide wore warm-up shirts tonight to that end, and if you're like me and you're admiring the Riptide jerseys that they're wearing out there right now. You can own one of them. The Riptide players are going to sign them, and they'll be put up for auction after the game on the Riptide's team website, with all the proceeds benefiting the Boomer Esiason Foundation. It was set up back in 1993 when former NFL MVP Boomer Esiason and his wife Cheryl found out that their son Gunnar had been diagnosed with CF. I'm happy to report that Gunnar is now 32 years old. He's alive and well and has started a family of his own. And to date, the foundation has raised close to $200 million in the fight against cystic fibrosis. So just another awesome gesture by the New York Riptide on the heels of what was their childhood pediatric cancer awareness night 2 weeks ago.
Grant, that's great stuff. Thank you very much. And you're right, massive scholarships awarded to help kids achieve their dreams that fight this disease. Always thinking of Boomer and his son Gunnar and the family. Great work and events all around. That rang off the pipe there from Kiernan. Mitchie thought that cashed in.
That was 2 pipes. Went far pipe, near pipe, and out. What an extra look. Sundown shoots, misses, gets his own rebound, and just pops it over to Kiernan, who's had a couple good looks, but really hasn't had too many opportunities. He usually has those prime scoring opportunities. He was able to net 1 behind the back. Maybe he's just got to go circus style.
It's a 3-goal game right now. Good stick up tied by Borgatti into the corner. Gotti's got it. Wild was the one who had the tip for New York on the deflection. Here's Wild right on cue from Zach Deacon. Good defensive stands, a lot of deflections for the Riptide. Saskatchewan trying to get into the middle, Mitch, and here they go on offense.
You hit the nail on the head. They're playing real team defense right now. It's not one guy standing up doing everything. It's everybody contributing. And there's the power play for the Riptide as the big fella, Kyle Matisse, gets dragged down by Mike Messenger.
The first power play tonight for New York with 2:57 to go until the 4th. Get the call from Williams and company. Going to send Messenger to the box for holding.
So that's one of those interesting calls. I don't think Messenger initially did anything wrong, and Kyle Matisse actually tripped and fell, but because of his body positioning, he kind of pulled him down. And if you're not moving your feet with 2 hands on your stick, it's pretty easy for the refs to call you on those.
Best man up team, Mitch, in the NLL in New York. Garland a mid-2, scooped up by Shiliano. Orchestrating a penalty kill here is Kidd. And flying out, oh, what a kick save on Mans from Dunkerley. Sprawling. What reflexes by Dunks.
That was a big one. Just perfection with the kick and the pinch with the arm.
That would give me a pinched nerve.
We know you're I don't know if you're back at handle.
Probably not. No, playing too much pickup, that's for sure. Here's Matisse over to Teets, trying to get this power play going. That went off the pipe from Teet at the top. It's going to come out here across the halfway line. New York will maintain possession. And they'll get the fresh 30 here because it rang off higher. So we have the Riptide here do 5v4 man up. They're the best team in the league. That has really grown since you and I called the first year of the Riptide. Year 4 of the organization. O'Connor back over to Teet, sticks in the middle for the box defensively. Had Kiernan behind the cage. Garland is there defending. So is Boudreau at the top on Teets. That deflected up high. Oh, look at this pass shoveling across. They cannot connect though, Mitch, in transition to Mans. Not a bad idea.
No, you got to look for that in this opportunity, but just a bit high.
Be momentous if Saskatchewan does score here on the penalty kill, shorthanded. We'll see. It's a 3-goal game right now. It's O'Connor, the Georgetown product, in possession. Over to his friend and teammate Teets. O'Connor back over to Teets. Over the right side. There's a goal for Keogh. Keogh gets on the sheet. It's a power play goal under a minute to go in the 3rd, and a 4-goal game.
And the patented turf sweep from number 28. You'll see players do this in the league. You see he sets up like he's going low to high, and one of the best guys who does this younger guys is Schreiber, Tom Schreiber. He fakes like he's shooting low and then brings his stick right over the top. The goalie either drops down or comes up high, and then that opens up the 5-hole or the shoulders. That's called changing planes. And on the power play, you have the time to do it. Keogh does it beautifully. He's been doing it since I played back in the day. And he nets that one, a huge goal to extend that lead back to 4 in the waning minutes of the third quarter.
Acquired by New York on December 28th from Rochester for goaltender Kevin Orleman, a great addition to the Riptide. 13th this year, under 45 seconds to go. Here in the third, Riptide clinging to a 4-goal advantage. Tate, oh, that rang off the crossbar, almost nestled, feathered into the corner.
And what a heads-up play here by Matisse, letting the clock run down so the shot clock won't reset until there's under 30 seconds. So now they can pull Dunkerley and get that extra shot.
That is a veteran move by Matisse. You were spot on, Mitch, as Dunkerley comes off. It'll be 6v5 till the culmination of the third. Let's see what the Riptide have here. Teat will be in possession here for New York. Again, 6v5 with an empty cage on the opposite side behind Teat. 6 seconds to go. Inside, Chiliano, a save of Matisse. Comes out towards the halfway line. That will do it to the third, but a strong third quarter for the Riptide that outscore Saskatchewan 3-1 thanks to that man. Great shot by our crew, Cameron Dunkerley. The big saves by Dunkerley tonight have been monstrous for the Riptide. They are up by 4 going into the final quarter here at the Coliseum. Start of the fourth, here's the scoring summary. 2 goals apiece in the third. The Riptide sent Saskatchewan to a 10-minute goalless drought, by the way, from the second to the third quarter. That has been a difference. The last time it was a 2-goal game, Mitch, we got to go all the way back to the end of the first quarter. Remember, for all the latest news, highlights, and behind-the-scenes content, follow the NLL on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, X, and YouTube. Stay current with the scores and in-depth articles on NLL.com. What a big one for the Riptide. 6-8 this year. They have dropped 4 of the last 5, trying to harp into the playoffs for the first time in team history in year 4, up by 4. What needs to continue down the stretch for New York?
Well, you saw the scoring by quarters. They've held Saskatchewan to 2 goals every quarter. If they could do that this quarter, that's game, but they really need to continue to control the middle, control rebounds, and check down on those cutters. They're doing all of those things, and it's making it really hard for Sask to get anything going offensively. And then keep your foot on the gas. The issue on offense is sometimes you take your foot off the gas, and it becomes really difficult because then you start giving up stuff 5-on-5 on the other end as they get desperate. So they got to keep pushing offensively to widen this gap.
And Kiernan, by the way, was on both sides. They're going to give him a spell here, Mitch. And Nick May, the equipment manager, is going to send out another offensive player out there. It is Keogh. It was O'Connor and Clark that just came out. Sundown with the chance. By the way, Toronto just tied it up remarkably against Halifax with a minute left. We'll keep you up to date on that game as well. Wow, against Halifax.
Rocking the Thor jerseys for their Marvel night.
Yep. So here come the Rush. Mish, what do you want to see for the Rush to try to climb back in this one, down by 4 offensively?
I'd love to see Mans with some space. The Riptide have done a good job of limiting him, but when he gets alone, or how about Keenan?
Yep, that's a hat trick for Keenan. Ryan Keenan delivers yet again. And a big one for the Rush. Minute 30 into the fourth, and a 10-7 game.
And that wasn't anything too fancy. Keenan just saw a great opportunity. Triolo swings it over. They have a low guy. You see the low player, Clark Walter, vacate down low. Watch as he brings out that defenseman. So on ball, LaFontaine thinks he has help below. Borgatti's got to just hang in there, and get some help from the middle. But he vacates. That gives the underneath lane to Keenan, and Keenan's just too quick. He's able to bounce that one past.
So the Quinnipiac Black Star, formerly of the Whitby Warriors, and Junior A delivers. Here's Boudreau. They got to shut him down in transition in a 3-goal game. They do for a moment, Mitch. They know that is on the scouts entering tonight. Had it on the left for a moment. Up to the top, Church, running in the middle on Jones. Back to Keenan. Down the floor it goes, Messenger, and that falls in! What a goal for Triolo, cutting inside against the Riptide, mouth of the D. It is a 2-goal game for the first time since the first and second quarters.
Air Triolo taking flight. We saw this last week when he's able to get underneath. He can put the ball in either corner. He fakes far, brings it back near, uses that huge wingspan to bring it across. And just a beautiful goal, finding the backside cutters. That's where they had a ton of success 5-on-5 last week. They're going back to the old playbook, and they're now within 2 goals, Dave. We've got a game.
Yep. The Toronto native cashes in. He had a couple of goals against Vancouver this year, formerly of the Nighthawks. They get possession yet again. We should tell you that at one point, Mitch, what was it? You said 15 of 18, one at the dot by Thornburg, right?
Yeah, Thornburg had been dominating a combination of Bobby Kidd, the third, as well as Mike Messenger. Still 18 of 22 right now.
Tide get it back here off the offensive side. But it's Thornburg still out there, part of that defensive group. He is going to come out. Clark has a hat trick, but quieted a little bit in this second half. Taggart Clark rolling here with Kiernan on the 2-man game. It is Clark looking for a fourth. Chiliano detonated that. Nice play there by Frank. Back over to Garland for the right-hand side. Garland staying out there. Over to the middle. It is Church. Kick save there from Dunkerley into the first row of seats.
And they're going to say Dunkerley didn't get a piece of that. That went wide. So Riptide come away with that one. Dunkerley would lose the save, but they gained the all-important possession there. Right as you said it, Taggart had been a little quiet. He set a beautiful slip pick there, caught it, tried to go far side, fake far side, go near side. Just wasn't able to pull it back.
Kiernan looking for his second. That fired a little bit wide. It could be a transition moment as a result, Mitch. Here for Barnable. It's a 2v1. Barnable takes matters into his own hands. It is a 1-goal game. It's now 10-9. That is a rush route down the floor from Barnable.
And this is exactly what the Riptide wanted to avoid, was the transition, pushing the pace. Kiernan takes that shot, it goes wide, there's no help back. He tries to get back, they do a great job of subbing from the far side of the floor, but with that long bench, Sask is always gonna have the extra player. What a job by Barnable to look off the defender as if he's gonna pass to the offensive player. That's the player you want shooting. You want the defender shooting. Barnable, right in the back of the net.
Third this year for the RIT product with a couple of national titles in 21 and 22. See if they get Teat going, who has 2 tonight. Deacon in possession, by the way. Vancouver with a big win over the Philadelphia Wings as well. 21-12 in that game for the Warriors over a struggling Philadelphia. Keogh over the top scores. That's a big one for Keogh. That is second. Keep racking them up, Steven.
You know, we talked to the coaching staff about what Keogh brings. He's been in the league a long time. That veteran leadership, that savviness of knowing when you need the big play, knowing when to get the team going, knowing when to bounce it against a goalie like Frank Chiliano versus trying to ping the corner. He brings all those things to the table, and they welcome him back this week after not playing last week. Huge goal for 28.
Yeah, big goal at a couple of minutes in here to the fourth at that 11-minute mark. By the way, in that Vancouver game, Ball 7 goals, 5 assists for Keegan Ball. Riley Lowen 3 goals, 6 assists. Job well done by Walsh with 34 saves against the Wings. Mitch Jones had 4 goals and 6 assists in that one.
Got an illegal pick there on Sundown. Sundown pleads his case, but typically when Larson Sundown is setting illegal picks, that's a good thing for this Riptide offense. When he's flying around, buzzing, finding backs, it's really difficult to defend this offense. That's when the ball starts clicking and swinging like we saw with that last Keogh goal. So despite losing possession there, Larson Sundown getting an illegal pick, kind of like it.
By the way, they're in overtime in that Toronto-Halifax game. We'll continue to update you on that in a 2-goal game. Keogh looking for the hat trick. That rang all fire that time. Feathered out here by Teat. Extra 30 for the Riptide, up by 2.
And this is so far left in the game. You don't want to waste any clock here. You're not trying to get all of the 30 here, but you do want to move the ball quickly.
Keogh with the rebound, open cage, he scores! Back to back for Keogh. Kills it to the back of the twine. Found it beautifully off the rebound. Riptide back on top by 3.
Remember I said poise, savvy? I pick that ball up, I'm throwing it as hard as I can immediately. Stephen Keogh picks that ball up. He waits, 1 fake, 2 fake, ensures he's got an open net, and makes the deposit at the bank. He spreads the lead to 3 again. Stephen Keogh, that hat trick is well appreciated by the Riptide in his return to the squad.
Those goals scored about a minute plus apart for Keogh. Remember, it was a 1-goal game at 10-9 when Barnable scored in transition. There are 10 minutes to go in regulation. Dave Leto, Mitch Boyle, Grant Delvecchio, our entire great crew here at the Coliseum. Third ever meeting between the Riptide and Rush. First visit for the Rush here at the Coliseum since 2019. Hard to believe. This man's out there on this left-hand side with Keenan, who has a hat trick tonight. Zeptikov is setting those seals in the middle. Mans thought left, right, back over to the right-hand side, jumping. Dunkerley was there wisely to his right. He has shot clock violation as Keenan will come off, which will take us to a timeout with 9:27 to go. Dunkerley's got to continue his high-octane play, but Stephen Keogh on the other side with a hat trick. Back-to-back goals in a minute. Riptide up by 3 over the Rush. Back here at the Coliseum, 12-9, the Riptide on top. Got back-to-back goals from Keogh. Some big stops from Dunkerley as well. Mitch has a score update in that Toronto-Halifax game, Mitch.
Mark Matthews, former member of the Rush,
How about that?
Is the game winner as he gets it in transition and puts it away. Number 24, taking down Halifax. Huge comeback for them.
I mean, they scored at 1.5 of 6 goals against Halifax, who was up big early on.
So we got a little chess match here. I've been part of one of these with Sask as they look like they're going to pull Cam Dunkerley as they put a bunch of pressure on Jeff Teat. Don't think that's the guy that you're going to strip the ball from one-on-one, to be honest, but at least making him think about it.
12-9 game here in the 4th. New York, possession in blue. Smith at the top defensively, over to Kiernan, across the floor it goes. Does it escape with between Chiliano's legs, just barely, but didn't go past the end line there. It's gonna come out here for Sask and Boudreau.
They've had a few of those where Chiliano has gotten a piece and it trickled through, but they're doing a nice job of supporting him, ensuring that doesn't trickle out.
Walter to the top, Mitch. Church running middle now. Up top for Dodds. A little bit wide. Dodds has not scored in the game. New York scoops it up with Noseworthy. Can he shove it across? How about Noseworthy bullying his way down the floor? Up top to Jones. See what the Riptide do here. They're going to wait wisely. Edwards, the captain, says get the offensive players out there in a 12-9 game.
Yeah, smart play there by Noseworthy. He uses the push in the back as a little momentum. Floats it over, and then Jones with a heads-up play to get across the midpoint line. Just like basketball, there's over and back there. Yep. So that one deflects off Teat's stick. Looks at it like, what happened?
Adam J. that was sent to Sass with Zach Mans and that Mark Matthews trade who just had the game winner there for Toronto. By the way, with the win, clinches a playoff spot. Congratulations to the Rush. An official takes a spill. That looks like me out there, Mitch, on the turf. That does escape, and it's a Church goal from the outside. A soft one by Dunkerley. And another for Church in the game. It's now 12-10, and Dunkerley would want that one back.
Yeah, he made the save and turned thinking it was in his leg pads, and as he turned, his shoulder pad kind of deflected it in. Take a look here. They get over the top. He's at the restraining line there. Dunkerley thinks it's in his legs, but it bounces up and then deflects off and in. Like you said, that's one he's going to want back, but
It's a hat trick for Church. Congrats to him. And it's a 12-10 game. Back down to a 2-goal deficit, 7:57 to go in regulation. I mentioned early on, Saskatchewan has been in close games, 2 overtime games. However, it was a goose egg. They were 0-2 in those matchups. See the Riptide do Borgatti's at the top. Brownell hovering towards that crease along with Jones and Thornburg out there. This is Walter, meanwhile, for Saskatchewan. Church just had the hat trick, got the seal from Triolo, tried to go down on Dunkerley and collided his legs together nicely to snare that. Over to Edwards now for the Riptide. 7:25 to go in regulation. Woodrow's out there with Garland defensively. The same with Jay for Saskatchewan. Sundown's going to run middle here for New York. Matisse gets it back from Kiernan. Here's Matisse, has one tonight. Thought about going behind the back. Wide angle try there with Jared Smith in his way. No. And back over to the rush.
I would like to see the ball move a little bit more.
It was a little stagnant there.
Felt like it died on one side.
Game's getting magnified here, Mitch. That's with the shot off of Wild. Should stay on this end for Saskatchewan. The officials confirm. Actually, they're going to say it's back over to New York.
Well, I was wondering because Keenan was kind of hopping off, limping like his foot hurt. I think it was because Zach Mann's shot hit him right in the foot.
Okay. Hit his own guy.
And that shake that Mans has, he's so athletic. They love the athleticism of their left side. They really haven't been able to put that on display tonight as the Riptide defense has stifled those lefties.
Messenger on this side defensively, Mitch. Good jab step there from TQ, looking for his fourth. Shiliano with great work to his right that corralled that. Back over to Saskatchewan now, 6:15 and a turning clock at a 12-10 game. Barnable's going to come off here for the Rush and White.
Great loose ball by Barnable. He fought through a couple hard checks.
He's looked really good tonight. Very impressed by his game.
Yeah, Adam Jay has been another guy that's really stood out. We talked about him being part of that trade with Matthews, but
nice job there from Dunkerley. Rebound does not cash in for Kazevnikov, who has a goal, had one early on tonight.
Kazevnikov, I think, had that in his stick, and there was a little Expelliarmus spell that knocked his stick right out of his hand.
Oh, gosh, didn't get the magic potion from the bench. Oh, how about this feed inside from Kiernan, looking for Teat, searching for the hat trick tonight. It's going to spill out, meanwhile, for Gartland. It's a 3v2 for a moment here for the Russian Church. Dunkerley says no.
Dunkerley, after letting in that one on Church, has really been dialed in, made a couple saves on 17 alone.
Brownell not in a hurry. We're going to get also to managing the clock. I know it's just a 2-goal deficit right now for the Rush. Sundown. To the back it goes here for New York. Matisse behind the cage, coming out. Good stop there for Shiliano. It was Clark looking for his 4th goal tonight. Barnable, man flying out the door is Keenan. It's stopped. Who's going to get it here? Past Dunkerley, it is Brownell and the Riptide over to Thornburg. I think Jay's going to wisely pull out here and wait for those offensive players for the Riptide.
I think that was O'Connor coming around the crease that got saved. He has yet to score tonight. He's got an assist, but yet to score. That would be huge if they could get him in the goal column late in the game.
2-goal game. It is Teat. Good move over Jay this time from Teat. Possession toward the corner. Puts that in over to Keogh. Nice defensive work for the Rush. And it will take us to a timeout. 4:25 to go in regulation. Clench those fists. Here we go. Dunkerley needs to continue his momentum in the game. Stops this one from Keenan and Church coming in. Riptide up 12-10 over the Rush. 4:25 to go in regulation. The Riptide are up 12-10 over Saskatchewan, getting back-to-back goals from Keogh. Church had the last one to get a 10th spot for the Rush. If you're just joining us, the Rush were held to just 4 goals through one half of play, have come back nicely here in the 4th. In fact, made it a 10-9 game on a Barnable goal. Since then, the Riptide outscoring the Rush 2-1. One angle try there from Triolo, who has a goal tonight. Spills out here for Saskatchewan's Keenan, who has a hat trick as well. Mans has 1 goal tonight. Underhand shot, and that stopped to his left by Dunkerley.
Yeah, that Mans ISO one-on-one, we've only seen it 1 or 2 maybe 3 times. That works. He's got that quick shake, but then he can either shoot it or move it on the backside. There just haven't been that right timing where he beats a man and finds cutters at the same time.
Kiernan sitting those seals inside for Tate. Hat trick for Tate downstairs. And a missile. What accuracy. Pristine from Tate. And it gives the Riptide a 3-goal advantage with 3:40 to go in regulation.
And just look at this off-ball play. They draw it up. You see O'Connor come across. He draws the attention of 2. Tate has so much space. That's just a guy that you cannot give space to. He is able to evaluate goalies like no other, change his shooting angles like no other. And you see right there, that is a huge goal with 3:40 left to go, widening that gap. Oh, wow, we're going to see a goalie change. They're going to take Shiliano out here, maybe give him a quick beat. No, you know why they're doing this? Is because the backup's going to be a lot faster getting off.
Tommy Kazik, who's only 19 years young from Stittsville, Ontario, is going to come in.
Yeah, so they're
Shiliano.
They're going to have Kazik in there so he can book it to the bench.
Yep, get 65s. Yep, I see.
Shiliano, big stopper, maybe not the fleetest of foot back there.
Okay, let's see what happens.
And they're going to call over and back there.
Yep.
The Rush are not happy about it, but we'll see if Kazik gets to make his first NLL saves here.
Congratulations to Kaiser getting out there for the Rush. Facing a tough, dangerous Riptide offense. Clark on miscommunication up top with Keogh, going to spill out here in transition.
Kiernan getting back and playing a little D.
Marinier's out there, the same with Borgatti. Isaac comes out, 6v5 here, Mitch. 3-goal game, 3 minutes to go in regulation. Keenan from the top, that hit a man.
Borgatti.
Yep. Block there from Borgatti. Marinier to the corner. Jousting with Dodds. Puts it out over the man. Save Dunkerley. Snatches that to his left. Into the corner, Messenger. Fighting it off. Nice play by Messenger. Fresh 30. Mans to the top. Charge save Dunkerley. What a big one to his left.
What a save and what a rebound control by Borgatti there as he pinches that one in the crease. Once that's trapped in the crease, you're not allowed to grab that. So smart heads-up play by Borgatti. Good looks there for the Rush. And some excellent saves by Dunkerley.
20 and a turning clock here with the Riptide up by 3. Not in a hurry. Kaisik's in the cage. Tate looking for a 4th downstairs. The 19-year-old curved that aside. Needs to get it out in a hurry with the distribution out to Boudreau. Boudreau in a 2v3. Oh, it's a goal from the offensive side. Out the Odor. Church gets his 4th tonight. 13-11.
That's one area where these Rush have been able to make some plays. They push the pace quickly. Robert Church just so lethal out of that box. And you can see the Riptide are trying to get back on defense, but it's just too quick with the 2-on-1. 2 goals, 2 minutes. Kaisik's going to get his sprints in, that's for sure.
Yep. Nice play by Boudreau, by the way, the guy that we documented from the outset of the broadcast tonight, Mitch, with 2 minutes to go in regulation. So to go back here to New York on the illegal procedure there on the Rush. Noseworthy out there for a moment. Get the offensive players out there here for the Riptide. 1:55 and a turning clock in a 2-goal game. The Riptide trying to get to a half a game out of a playoff spot with a win. Sask can move into a playoff spot with a win tonight, a comeback. T has a hat trick, scores! That was nasty from Teat. 14-11, Teat, what can't you do?
Are you kidding me? The floater, far side. This shot was probably going 48 miles an hour. And he just puts it off that far pipe, and it barely even follows through. I was going to say, Thomas Kazik, his first save in the league against Jeff Teat. His first goal against in the league, also against Jeff Teat. You live by the sword, you die by the sword when you're going against number 51 there. And what a play by 5-1.
As if time stood still for Jeff Teat, who now leads the league in goals and points. It bangs off a one, pipe to the other, to the back of the net.
Just a quiet 12-point game for Jeff Teat so far.
Teat,
Sorry,
MVP,
13, my bad. 13, 9 assists.
MVP finalist last year, Rookie of the Year 2022. Where will he be in the conversation this year? You got to think. Could he win his first MVP in his 3rd season in the National Lacrosse League?
I think if the Riptide make the playoffs, it has to be Jeff Teat.
And that's an interesting point because that's across all. It is a goal. Crowd going crazy, but it's an interesting point you make because it's almost like, you know, the MVP, it's not just like an individual award, but a team. But I'm like thinking, and this is, again, any league, if your guy's the best player in the league, why not give it to him despite what the team's doing? How do you disagree?
It depends. So most valuable player, what is valuable?
Yeah, that's true.
What is valuable to a franchise? Winning championships. That's how I see it. Most outstanding player, maybe you give that to any player. But for most valuable, I feel like you kind of got to win a championship. Or, I'm sorry, you got to at least get to the playoffs. Fair enough. For a championship. But it's arguable for sure. That's my personal opinion.
Yep. Riptide trying to do that for the first time as an organization. A save there from Dunkerley to his right. At 1:20 to go. With the 30-second shot clocks here, Isaac's going to go back in his cage as he was off for a moment. Looks like the Riptide are going to improve to 7-8 this season. The Rush will fall to 5-7. New York will be just a hair out of a playoff spot. They have the bye next week. They have games at Rochester, Vancouver, Albany at home on April 20th to culminate the regular season. Under a minute to go in regulation. Kaiser going to come off. And a timeout, Mitch, called by the Rush and Jimmy Quinlan. 53.6 left.
Well, you want to talk? We'll go back to the valuable kind of thing. You know how many goals the Riptide have tonight? 14. You know how many Jeff Teat is factored into? 13.
I was going to say
12
or 13
goals.
of them.
He's got 4 assists. I'm sorry, 4 goals, 9 assists, 13 points on 14 goals. I don't think you can get more valuable than that, right?
I agree.
So, yeah, it's an age-old debate.
Jimmy Quinlan drawing something up during the timeout. Let's go around the National Lacrosse League. This is in the midst, Mitch, of Week 17 in the league. Top 8 make the playoffs. We mentioned the 2 overtime winners for Panthers City and Calgary last night. Toronto with Mark Matthews getting the winner in OT as well. Vancouver, a big night from Ball, 13 points. And the win over Philadelphia, 21-12. Rochester just getting underway against Colorado. Mitch, one footnote for the Nighthawks. They have won 3 in a row right now coming into the weekend in 8. Riley Hutchcraft doing well between the pipes. Connor Fields, Turner Evans also doing great things as well for Rochester.
That's one that I think this Riptide team is going to be watching carefully after they finish this. They certainly are rooting for Colorado as hard as you can cheer after tonight.
45 seconds to go here. Shot from Dodds. Mostis Lodge going through the trees. Brownell trying to get that the same with Kieran. It kicks around there from Keenan and company of Sask.
There is a massive pile. That looks like second-grade soccer right there. Everyone piled around the ball.
Like a rugby match behind Dunkerley's cage. I'll tell you, that physicality was matched from New York. And I think the coaching staff did not see that last week at the 17-15 loss in Saskatoon. Much different tonight. Riptide will be on their way to their first ever win. Only the 3rd meeting against the Rush. Save there from Dunkerley yet again tonight. It's been a big theme throughout this one. Walter picks it up. Good block in front by Marinier. It's been a catalyst on that end of the floor. There's an empty cage, by the way, here for Noseworthy. Can he shovel this past Boudreau to Marinier with 5 seconds to go? Noseworthy will have possession, hit by Garland. That will do it. It is a huge win for the Riptide, who improves to 7-8. And their first ever win against the Rush.
And this is important, this little skirmish. You got to make sure not to get in a fight after the whistle, because that'll take you out for the next game. So, cooler heads prevail. I think Noseworthy was kind of like, hey, I didn't shoot on the empty net. Can you just stop slashing me? I try to be respectful and just run out the clock, and you keep whacking me.
Well, the Riptide with a hat trick from T, a hat trick by Keogh. Larson Sundown with a big night as well. At one point, 2 goals and 3 assists. And the Riptide are a half a game out of a playoff spots. Now, at one point, Mitch, this was a 10-9 game, which takes us to our Fanatics turning point of the game.
Yeah, and it looked like the Saskatchewan Rush were going to come right back, and they went to the veteran, number 28, the turf sweeper himself, as he picks up 2 goals in a row. Those are huge. Ends up being the game-winning goal, the 12th goal for the Riptide. They certainly appreciated his presence tonight.
In the updated unifying standings of the March to May, they're just outside of a playoff spot, Mitch. At 7-8, Rochester currently has that last spot. Due to the tiebreakers, Calgary, Saskatchewan falling just behind, but New York in a prime position, although some of the teams have a couple of games in hand, like the Rush who are at Georgia tomorrow.
Yeah, they're going to be watching that one carefully. They're also going to be watching this Rochester-Colorado game tonight. If Colorado can pull off that upset, that bodes well for the Riptide. So it's going to be a wild April as we continue in this March to May.
I'll tell you, that was a huge moment. Barnable scores at 10-9 in the 4th, and then Keogh just stepped up. Another moment that I cannot forget. We said it earlier. The Riptide killed off that 5v3. Remember that 8-9 minute mark of the 3rd. Yeah, that was momentous.
That's big, not just for this game, but for momentum going forward. You think about, okay, we're down a man. We've got a crew that we feel good about. We're down 2 men now, and we've done this before. We've killed off both penalties. We've been able to put it together. That is something to build on for the future of this team this year and beyond.
So for the Rush, haven't made the playoffs since 2019. What's next for them? And they have a boatload, Mitch, of games to go. 6 by my count left.
Yeah, I was going to say what's next for them is a whole lot of lacrosse. They head right down to Georgia. They'll be down there early tomorrow, 5:30, so no rest there for the weary. And then at Philadelphia, they've almost got the United States East Coast swing. And then they play Calgary with a home-and-home, San Diego and Toronto. So no easy task down the last few weeks of their season as they got a lot of lacrosse left to play.
How about the performance of Dunkerley tonight? Where do you think of all the times that we've seen Dunkerley since last year that this one stacks up for you? And Cam was an original pick, by the way, of the Rush back in 2019. What did you make of his performance?
36 saves tonight, and they were just, a lot of them just crucial timing. Really difficult to make saves. He made a lot of special plays. I thought he stood really tall when he needed to, and then made a couple really, really smart plays when he had to. And this is probably one of his best games he's had this season, and maybe at the most important time.
Needed big answers for the Riptide between the pipes, and they got it thanks to Dunkerley. But on the other side, scoring, none other than Jeff Teat with Grant Delvecchio. Grant?
Jeff, time and time again, you're able to deliver in the big moments when your team needs you the most. Why is that?
I think this is a game that we needed badly, especially coming off a loss to these guys last week. So really confident and just knew this was going to be a tough one.
You now lead the league in goals and points. What enables you to have such success week in and week out?
Yeah, I think my teammates and preparation. They have a great work, great week of work throughout the week, and then we come here and we just want to win together. So shout out to those guys.
You've got the A on your chest this season. 3 games left to play. You're right in the thick of things in the playoff hunt. What's your message going to be to the squad down the stretch here?
Yeah, I think it's playing with confidence and doing the little things right. Working hard away from the floor, picking up tough loose balls, being unselfish. That's what's going to get us done.
Great job tonight, Jeff. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Great job tonight to you, Grant, as well. Congratulations to the Riptide, who win it 14-11 over Saskatchewan this evening. For producer Neil Gallo, Mitch Palau, Grant Delvecchio, and our entire fantastic crew, I'm Dave Leno. NLL Week 17 action concludes with one more game tomorrow. Saskatchewan travels to Georgia. Thanks so much for watching, and good night from the Coliseum.